Damn, you made the A-list?
I don't got no time, but got light weed. Ain't got numbers with commas, but still wear a white tee. Oh, you starting strands, bitch, I might be. Everything is legal, so they can't.
I woke up this morning, feeling really fucking fine. We just started a label, man, it's just a paradigm. Yeah, it's me and my bro, had to go for what we know. We saw the signs, so we signed, that's how you put it on the line. Yeah, this is that Drake flow, I'm never gonna lay low. 100K is just Play-Doh, the metal's mine when I say so. Paradigm's a whole vibe, that'll go for eternity. The staples to be hateful, but I'm grateful eternally. Boy, I'm hotter than a gun, of a nigga on the run. We just out here having fun, and we do it by the tons. I'll make rappers my sons, and I'll show them my love, but I'm not sending funds till we check it for eternity. Currently, my currency is less stocks and more crypto. You can't handle the truth. In the booth, I'm a sicko. Everybody wanna choose, nobody wanna lose. I wear a lot of blue, but a nigga ain't a crypto. Yeah.
Hey, we welcome to Really Rell Podcast. Right. Episode number 30, man. That was my boy's song. What's it called? Paradigm?
Yeah, Paradigm, man.
Hey, this boy got to going in. For real, man. Why don't y'all introduce yourself to my audience, man?
What's up, y'all? It's Jay Ossom coming out of Texas. You can follow me at Joel Ossom on Instagram. JOELOSSOM. You know where I'm at.
HG, man, a.k.a. Heartless Garvey, named after Marcus Garvey. But yeah, I'm on every platform, Heartless Garvey, man. HEARTLESSGARVEY.
Already, man. You know, it's your boy Rell. Shout out to my boy A-List. Back in the A-List building. Got the backdrop back here,
yes,
man.
Sir.
Hey,
yes, sir.
I'm doing big things. You know, with A-List. Man, what's up, bro? So, you just said you were named after Marcus Garvey.
Yeah.
Your folks into that like that? Why that?
Nah, man. So basically, what I got into it is like just a black intellectual, black leadership. You know, we always talk about like Martin Luther King and Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? Like even like Black Panther movie, it has like, you know, Killmonger versus, you know, Black Panther. It's like, well, the two. Who came before that? It was Marcus Garvey. And so like when I was a kid, I never really liked school that much, but I was intelligent. So I'm like, I want to learn on my own. I like going to the library, just learn whatever I like. You know, you go to school, you just learn just enough to pass a test, and then you're going to forget it the next day. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to retain it. But when I was like started looking at history, I'm like, man, all these black people that had super high intelligence, and even some of the most intelligent white people as well, were what's called autodidactic. They learn on their own. And so like Nikola Tesla, Benjamin Franklin, they were autodidacts. Like Marcus Garvey was an autodidact. So he was like one of the black people that like spoke really well.
Yeah.
And like black people really like stop and listen to him, and he was so passionate. So I was like, man, I want that, you know, that type of orating skills myself. And so I kind of named myself after Marcus Garvey.
That's hard, man.
Yeah.
What your name came from, man?
My name's Jay Ossom. So, I mean, it's just my name.
Yeah.
Joel Ossom is my real name. I call myself probably 80 different things on the song. Awesome.
Nigga, your last name Awesome?
Yeah, both our last names Awesome.
So y'all brothers?
Yeah.
That's hard. Y'all last name Awesome?
Yeah, man. It's a lot of you gotta live up to the hype. It's spelled different. Yeah. It's spelled O with the O.
Who was the first one? Your grandparents saw that last name Awesome?
Yeah, great. So yeah, we got some. Our parents are from Africa, Nigeria, and we have some people who like. I think one of my great grandmothers was like one of the first black women on TV in Nigeria, and we have like some like rich, or apparently like famous great grandfathers and stuff like that. So
that's dope. Y'all ever go out there?
No, we plan on working on the passport actually for this year. So
Nigeria.
We're trying to go out there. We got that first song that he played off camera was with our cousin who was in Nigeria.
I know y'all was just talking about getting them over here.
He sent it to us, and we like record with him.
You gotta get that video shot.
So how y'all gain a relationship with him?
Man, through one of my uncles. He like heard me, and he was like saying like, we good. He's like, you know, you got a cousin that's good, and my mom too. And she would like keep plugging them, and then finally we started messaging on like Facebook and stuff. He's like, hey, can y'all jump on the song? We're like, bet. Why not?
So
say
your people,
less.
your parents, they already been over there.
Yeah. They from there, so we first generation.
Okay,
yeah, we first generation up here. So.
Y'all born in Texas?
Tulsa.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's a former
Tulsa,
football star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he played for the OU. So
You played for the Sonics?
Yeah. I walked on back in 2010. Played a couple of years there.
What position?
Fullback. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
They stopped needing fullbacks.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I went there is because they were actually still using the fullback.
Yeah.
A lot of teams weren't. So
what year you graduated high school?
I graduated in 08. Yeah.
That's what's up, bro. What high school you went to in Tulsa? I know some people in Tulsa.
I actually went to high school in Texas. So well, probably around 7th, 8th grade is when we moved to Texas, and I went to Denton Ryan High School right there. And the football was so big that I didn't want to move back. So my mom was moving back to Oklahoma. I was like, look, I'm going to stay here. I moved in with him. We were driving 30 minutes an hour just to get to school.
Yeah.
Then sometimes, man, my car broke down. I had to drive him to Plano, come back to Denton, and it was crazy, man.
You big, bro.
It was awful. It was awful. Yeah.
I'm the first, so I'm the oldest child. We have 4 total siblings, so we got 2 sisters who are geniuses.
Yeah.
One is she works for the Department of Justice, and she taught law at Harvard now, and she worked for the United Nations. So she'd be I'll call her. She'd be I'm in Sierra Leone, or I'm in Switzerland. I'm like, dang, you Carmen San Diego?
Where are you?
The other one, she got multiple master's degrees. She runs a library. She did run a library and travel in the nation, implementing policies for colleges, and now she works for NYU. So.
That's hard.
Yeah, so the intellectuals and we the artists. You know what I'm saying? So
who was the first to start rapping out of you two?
It was me. Yeah, I actually rapped for almost a year before I knew he rapped. He was just I do music. I'm like, what?
Nah, I started rapping.
I didn't know if he was gonna be good or not.
That's what's up, man. What got you into it?
Man, my whole life. When I told my mom, I'm thinking about getting into music, and it's weird, because when you're older, you have an insecurity of it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like this is a young man's game, I shouldn't do this. And it's funny, some of the best musicians say, or some of my favorite rappers are damn near 50 now,
Bro, I did an interview Friday and was just telling this dude, because he was, it wasn't more so he was talking about his age. He was more so saying how he already been doing it for 10 years, so he just was getting, I ain't gonna say, he said he wasn't discouraged. He felt like he did his best, but he
kind of burnt out a little
bit.
Yeah. And that can happen. You can be discouraged, and so that's one thing. Some of my favorite artists say is music is timeless. It's crazy. If you can really be good at making good music, especially if you can get to the point where you can get some real instruments and stuff in your tracks, you can make a track that could last 100 years. You know, and so you can't let age and things like that discourage you, especially when 100 years from now they still gonna be listening to rock with you. Michael Jackson, they're still gonna be listening. There's certain tracks that are gonna be iconic, and I definitely think there's some MCs, Jay-Z's and Nas's out there that actually say something where those can last, and so I don't let it discourage me, and you just stick with it. And so for about a year I was just into it, and my first session to even do it, most of my friends hyped me up and said, "You too good, you gotta go to the studio. We'll pay for you to go to the studio and go."
All right, man. So, what are some of your influences when it comes to this music? You say some of your favorite rappers are older.
Yeah. By far, my number 1 favorite rapper is Biggie. By far. I grew up on that. And it was a lot of Biggie and Tupac, and I go back and forth, but just as far as charisma, character, vibe, cadence on the beat, I ain't never heard, that dude was a jazz instrument. You know what I'm saying? So that's by far my number 1 influence, but Nas, Biggie, Pac, I would even say a lot of the 90s era, the golden era, so you had your Ludacris's, your Bone Thugs and Harmony, your Eminem, just a lot of different, a full spectrum of artists that I really mess with, so it'd be weird, I'd be messing with the South and not messing with East Coast, and people wanting to hate on one or the other. My East Coast people hate on the South, and my South people hate on the East Coast. I like them both. So.
I don't hate on the East Coast, but it took me a while to get to that. It took me a long time. It damn near took me to Boosie going to prison.
Right.
Open my ear to it now.
New,
I knew some of them was great. I always knew Jay-Z was great. I always knew Fab was great. But some of them was hard to get into. Like, I knew Cam was great, but it was certain rappers that I was like, man.
Yeah.
These niggas
I never really picked up on Jay-Z, and that's what most of my friends be like, Reasonable Doubt, this and that. I never really, I was like late to the party to Jay-Z, but I liked, who East Coast did I like? I like Jadakiss a lot. Like Jadakiss, whenever he featured on a track, I'm like, this dude, he blow the track totally out of the water. And then I would say, Jadakiss, Mace is probably one of my favorite rappers of all time because Biggie said it's his favorite rapper.
Yeah.
So when you a kid and you already making a fan of Biggie, and Biggie says, I listen to Mace. I'm like, let me get into Mace.
My thoughts on Biggie music. It's not that his music went good to me. He got great music. And it's not his fault because he died. But I used to be like, man, that wasn't enough to call to call him the greatest like they do. I mean, I guess they going off skill or whatever, but I used to be like, man, I gotta hear more.
The catalog.
I want to hear more songs with him and these southern artists, all that. Tupac was there long enough to mess, different that with everybody that was around. So,
right.
But that's still,
And they're still putting out albums after Pac was gone. The album keep coming out. I'm like, damn.
For real. Yeah, no. What about you? What was your influence?
Man, Wayne. Wayne. It's just like you play any of them old Wayne tracks, them old mixtapes. It takes me back to a certain time, in my past that it just bring up just great memories. So I always love Weezy, Boosie, Lil Fat, stuff like that.
Oh, he down.
Yeah. Pimp C too, for sure. Like Pimp C, just Underground Kings, but Pimp C to me was like a godfather, man. Like the way he had morals. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see that a lot with rap. So he'd be like, man, you clown ass nigga. Like he'd be quick to tell everybody, you want some simp shit or you want some bullshit or whatever. And I'm like, man, I was real sad when Pimp C died, man.
I tell people all the time, y'all don't think Lil Boosie be talking that shit, man. I better be glad him back around.
Yeah.
And he a product of him.
Facts. Like Boosie be kind of with the spirit of Pimp C sometimes.
Yeah. That's who really one of the people that put him in the door,
Right.
So
that's true, man.
Shit, you want to hear one of Jay-Z verses? Look at the songs he got with Pimp C. That verse he got on Get Throwed, that verse he got on Big Pimpin'.
Yeah.
Like Jay-Z. I used to run on Jay-Z too, kind of like, man, this nigga, this New York nigga, but hey, Jay-Z right, bro.
Right. I can't hate on him now.
He can go from, like how you want it. You know what I'm saying? Like you want me to go super hard, or you want me to, Jay-Z
that's what I like. I like the variety and the versatility. You know what I'm saying? You can do songs for the girls. You can do a hard song. You do a party song. You can do everything. It's just like
That's
how you real good at networking them producers too. Like you go from Just Blaze to Kanye to Pharrell. You know what I'm saying? So
I catch any of that documentary.
I'm out of the Genius.
Yeah.
I'm actually was halfway through the first episode, fell asleep, so I'm definitely finish it part of the night.
I did too. I fell asleep, but I finished it.
He hungry though. Like he was like that was a hungry Kanye, but you see that he still had the ego.
Yeah.
He always had that ego, like even before he was big.
My homie that I had my bad.
No, I'm saying you got to.
Yeah, you gotta
believe in yourself.
My homie that I had just interviewed, he was like, man, he don't even think he could ever go as hard as Kanye did, as far as
like belief in yourself, or like
no, as far as people not want to hear you and you steady going back to the old same people.
You
know what I'm saying? He said he couldn't do that. He was like, you slam the door in his face, I'm done talking to you.
Yeah.
Kanye right back.
Yeah, freestyle. He'll freestyle acapella with 2 seconds left. Before y'all leave the room. Hey, before y'all leave the room. Ha. Like, and he just start freestyling acapella. I'm like, that energy, man. It's like.
Well, when that boy was in Chicago, they were trying to cut the radio station. No, y'all can't do that to me. Like, nah. I was like, well.
Right.
Kanye been Kanye for a long time.
Facts,
even when he was in the good mental space, he was still there, And it didn't take a lot to satisfy him. I like the fact that, I don't want to just, ruin it for you, but on one scene it was showing how Scarface was originally supposed to be on Jesus Walk. And,
I didn't know that. That's what's up.
Yeah, he was in the studio and he had him listening. Scarface, I don't know why, but Scarface never did the song. He ended up leaving. And Kanye West didn't give a damn because Scarface was in there saying how Cody was going off.
Yeah.
That's all he needed. Like, hey, he didn't get on the song, but I'm stamped. Like,
Yeah,
That's
he
validation.
said I was great.
He validated.
Yeah.
Scarface, I think he had a situation like that with Michael Jackson too. He was talking about like Michael Jackson told him like one particular song was good. He said that right there made my ego go so high that nobody else can tell me nothing. And Michael Jackson like my shit. So.
People don't know Scarface one of the best rappers ever.
Facts. That's
Like,
facts.
But I'm glad he went on Jesus Walk. But I can kind of hear it though.
Yeah, that's interesting.
He probably would have went off, but
he probably would have had some real
was
bars
straight.
on there. Yeah. Definitely a classic though. Jesus Walks. I mean, who puts Jesus in a hip hop title?
Yeah.
And then has it
goes
look
off
like that.
global.
Yeah, so that was. And I will give Kanye one thing. He's good with them ballads, man. Like he was really good with the Can't Tell Me Nothing. You know, you hear that la la, and like that's just catchy.
That's one of my when I'm in one of those moods where I feel like, man, fuck this. I'm finna as hard as I can go. I'm finna play that Can't Tell Me Nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta play that still to this day. Probably recently in the last few days, I done played that song on some Can't Be Stopped, man.
Motivational, yeah.
So what's y'all recording process like? Do y'all pay for studio time, pay for beats, or do y'all do y'all own thing?
Yeah, so we got a studio called Greenville Ave Studio. It's located right off Greenville Ave in like Mockingbird area.
Okay.
So like kind of like 75 Mockingbird. His name is Aaron Wolpen, the engineer. He has artists on the radio, but I think they're like country, like different genres. But he's really good. I mean, he has multiple degrees as far as his mixing and mastering is dope. So yeah, we pay him. You know, we definitely don't try to shortchange anybody, even A-list. You know what I'm saying? We want to be appreciative of people who are highly professional on point. So I will say that particular studio. Man, if anybody needs a studio, go hit up Aaron Wolpen at Greenville Ave Studio. Cause that dude is
Greenville Ave Studio. I heard it.
he's on point.
Check some
Like,
boy
he's
out.
gonna
Except
come
when
out
I need time,
sounding clear and crisp.
don't be booking my time though.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's dope. He just upgraded. So it's like a big building, multiple rooms. You like the big glass booth from the top to the bottom, like very picture, like you know what I'm saying. We could like shoot an actual scene in there.
Okay.
You know that's how nice it is. But he's on point, man.
So before y'all ever had been to the point where y'all had to like do everything yourself?
Facts,
I've done that, yeah.
Like in the closet booth, you know what I'm saying, with the sound, whatever, recording in the living room, like this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out like the pop filters, trying to understand editing, and man, it's been crazy.
Bro, that'd be what's up though, man. I be liking that way of doing things, you know. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with paying to go into the studio, but
that's self-sufficient.
You know how to do it, even in the studio, like. You know, some of them people be having a big fan studio down. You know what they doing in there. So you at home, you practice it yourself. You know, you be like, well, let me get that. You know, so I help you out. Like, you just need that quality.
I think I recorded about 4 or 5 songs in my closet. I mixed them. Took me probably like 3-4 hours to mix them, and it's just even just sitting there learning it helps me record in the studio with somebody else because I know exactly what he's doing before he's doing it. And when I see him moving something, I know, okay, don't say nothing. Let him finish before I, jump in and say, hey, man, add this and do that. So I think I do like mixing, and I want some more time doing it because whenever you get to do it, you get to try everything, all the plugins, all the effects, and you can, really find which one that you like fits your song. So
yeah, I like artists like everybody know. Anybody who know me know I'm a big Nipsey fan.
Oh man,
I like Russ.
Russ.
I like listening to Russ because he come off as arrogant, but I get it. Like what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's a Kanye thing.
Yeah.
And he just did a song with Benny the Butcher. Yeah.
He got a whole tape with all the
like
real
the coldest people.
He said he's trying to kill him.
He's
trying to kill him.
Wow. And I respect that, bro, because he made it. Off doing that, do it yourself, like.
Exactly, not relying on. I mean, I think he has like a distribution deal, but he said that I think TuneCore was his distributor. He said last year he was approaching around $800,000 a month profits. And so he said around this time, actually it was around this time, like this time last year, he said around this time this year I'm gonna be making about $1 million a month.
And he sell out arenas.
Yeah.
He said like really a lot of people be running around who listen to Russ. Shit, somebody listen to him.
Yeah.
He's selling out the marinas.
Like if I go to Argentina, it's a sold out Coliseum. Listen, I ain't tripping that it's not Texas. I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
See, Russ. The thing about Russ, a lot of people like I said, he got this arrogance about it because he tell you in a way of, man, bro, y'all stupid, y'all should do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but man, shit, he be right.
Like, those are gems. He be dropping gems. You got to take all that. When he's talking about not going to the label, just going to the bank, and I was like, oh man, that's.
I like that.
I had to take notes on that one.
One thing, Melvin, our A-list guy, man, he be saying the phrase that we always use is YouTube University. You know what I'm saying? Because we be on YouTube watching Russ. Like we'll watch Russ, we'll watch, Jay-Z, or just any of these artists that.
Me too, bro.
Yeah, Nipsey, man. Nipsey's interviews to me.
Right,
it was even sad after he passed. I'm like, I wish I watched more of his interviews when he was alive. Because his interviews be dropping.
I definitely wish I watched the older, so when he was alive, I watched all his interviews that he was making while he was alive. But I never knew he was like
grinding that for that long.
He was young, bro. Like he was
super
still
young.
talking the same stuff. Like he didn't switch it up. Like in the one interview where he was like, you know what I'm saying? He was talking how much he, grinded on his own, and everybody was telling him, "No, I don't do it this way." He like, "Well, bet I'm gonna just show y'all how to do it, bro." And he was like, he was in the studio, and the dude was like, "Nah, we can't mix and match this." He was like, "Well, I know how to mix and match it, so you just go like this and let me do it." You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, he was running from the studio to the computer to the, like, hey,
that's tough.
Dedication, bro. That's dedication, tough. Bro. Them people inspire me, bro.
Yeah, he always talk about business ownership, and that's like another thing with Marcus Garvey, the same type of stuff. We do a podcast as well, and we're trying to push like intelligence and education and all this stuff. Like it's not bad to be nerdy as far as knowing knowledge or looking for real knowledge.
Right.
But Nipsey was on that. Like he was almost like poetic with how he came up with talking about business ownership, own your own. And I think, especially with the whole like racial relations and stuff, that's what black people need is more black business owned. That's why we like being an A-list. Black business owned, buy black, spend black, because that's gonna be what the difference that changes us. It's like small business ownership. So
I really follow that man, bro. I follow him to the point where I get a lot of shade thrown at me, like, oh, you.
Like you on them too heavy.
Yeah.
I see the
Crenshaw. I was like,
right here. Like,
it's crazy, but like, hey, that's
But if there's anybody to follow, that's be somebody that I would.
Why not,
the
bro?
blueprint right there.
Why not?
Didn't he do like an album for $100 a pop one time? He was doing an album for $100 a pop, and then Jay-Z bought like 20 of them or something like that.
And that was a whole mixtape, $100, and he made this money. He made what he need to make.
Those marathon series, I was on those heavy.
Then turned around and put the album out regular after he did the $100 thing.
Why not? You know what I'm saying?
You go to a marathon store, you bought the album, you can, get these clothes, get this bundle. Like, man, look, man, it's
smart.
Everybody knew it though. Like they laugh at him to do it because he a rapper, he a black man, but PlayStation do this shit all the time. Right. Like bundle deals, man. Like. You buy this PlayStation, you getting 2 games. You getting, you know what I'm saying? An extra stick, you getting a year of PlayStation Plus. Like that. Exactly. Why not do it too?
Right. Why can't we be the corporation? Why can't we think like that? So Nipsey was on point with that, and a lot of his stuff he does now. I see like Dave East and The Game and other rappers now. Like man, looking back at what he was talking about, trying to do it.
Nipsey made me it took, I'm not a fan of Young Dolph music, but after so much of listening to how Nipsey moved and all that, when Dolph died, I got to paying attention a little more to him. He was kind of the same way,
Right.
We were so busy trying to find
property.
People
I didn't know you owned 100 properties. I'm like, that's a genius move, and put them all in your kid's name to where they already got the income coming in. They ain't got to think about it or ever work a 9 to 5.
Yeah, that's even like Key Glock, how he brought him in, like he was always about stay independent, own your masters. People that I love when artists preach that. Prince, I think, was big on that too.
Yeah,
he was like, man, own your masters, and nobody really listened till it's too late till you have the contract and you see in the back end of it.
Some of his best music was on there when he was Prince and when he was signed, but. When he dropped that artist formerly known, some of the best songs, like, hey, I'm from this money coming to me.
Yeah.
Man, that's how I'm trying to do, bro. gonna get it.
Yeah, I respect this though. I respect the platform, the fact that you giving a voice to other people too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Man, I don't believe in all this. Ain't for me, bro. I always tell people this for everybody that rocking with me. Like I want to be able to say, if I see you boys on TV, you know what I'm saying, I want to be able to say, man, they did my podcast.
Right.
And they was just, what I'm saying, regular, like, for real. And I just met y'all today.
Like, exactly.
For real.
You never know. We might be friends for 20, 30, 40 years. You know what I'm saying? That'd be dope. So that would be lit to look back and be like, man, I remember back in Dallas. And in the cooped up in the studio trying to make these podcasts.
I'm from Arkansas, man. I got my audience there. I'm trying to, grow out here.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
We know it's gonna be shared on our page, yeah.
Oh yeah, I definitely appreciate that. And I come do y'all's.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm down for that.
Do y'all perform?
Yeah, so we be doing like open mics right now. Like we're still small. Like we're obscure as far as like nobody really know who we are yet. So this year's gonna be our full marketing year. But we do hope to get to the point where we opening for other artists and then potentially even hosting our own videos and doing our own concerts. But right now we do open mics and we be tearing the house down.
Hey, that's just the beginning, man.
Yeah, we always get more followers every performance. We be on these t-shirts, and then just make sure we like come in with that crazy energy. You know what I'm saying? So people are like, who is these people? And we did like a little documentary just recently.
Oh yeah? Yeah, I might check that out too. Yeah, bro. I appreciate people that work hard, that really grind, like really try to, like even some smallest shirts, man. That's just people gonna say, hey, what's that? That's when you wearing your shirts, people gonna look at it, Right.
Yeah, I've had people actually say, is that Marcus Garvey? Because they see Heartless Garvey, so I guess they rhyme it.
Yeah.
They're like, is that about Marcus Garvey? I'm like, yeah. They're like, I thought so. I'm like, that's dope that people actually still remember him.
You gonna be able to do a lot of stuff with that too,
Yeah.
Album covers, like, what I'm saying, you can put Marcus Garvey into a lot of what you're doing. That'll be dope, and ain't nobody did that.
and right now it's cool to be black. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, it wasn't as big.
It's always cool to be black.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like you got, it's all the versions of black too, like African black, because that's what Marcus Garvey was big about, Pan-Africanism. Now you got Black Panther that came out. It's cool to be African. Like when you was African as a kid, you was kind of booty scratcher. You know what I'm saying? Like you was getting made fun of. Now it's cool to be black like that. After the George Floyd situation, after a lot of this stuff, people just becoming more aware. Like, why not be inclusive? Why not have love for all of our black brothers and sisters? So that's one thing. Marcus Garvey was big on that, man. He didn't like that division. Bro. Yeah.
Like, the people, the Indian people, all them dark people, you know what I'm saying? We all really...
It's all different black. It's all different black.
It really is the same.
They come around. Yeah. So much don't like each other. It's just ridiculous. Like, I watched J. Cole do an interview with Lil Pump, and he was like,
"Oh, I seen that."
J. Cole made a diss song.
Right.
A positive diss song, and he was like, "I love to see a black man get paid." And Lil Pump was like, "I'm not black. He from somewhere." Yeah. He was like, "I'm not black, I'm from somewhere." And I'm like, bro, that's... Like,
guess what? You black.
Like, I forgot where he said he was from.
Yeah, I think they even say, like, because there's, like, archaeological evidence or paleontology, or, like, the study of people. And, like, most people come from Africa.
Yeah.
If you go back to the genealogy and you trace it all the way back.
That's the original land, bro.
Yeah.
But... you preaching to
the choir right now, right?
Yeah. Social media heads and all that. It's...
Yeah, it's a lot of division, and I get it. I definitely get, like, when people have differences, you gonna be, there's gonna be polarity, right? There's gonna be things where I like this, I don't like that. You're not exactly like me, so there might be a little animosity, but that's okay. Like, we don't always gotta agree. I noticed, if you notice in the white community, it ain't a lot of beef just between, like, on wax between white folks, just because they a little bit different from here and there. Like, Germans hating French people. That really don't be happening crazy like that. Like, not publicly where it's like a big social media thing. So I think if we can get to a spot where there's, like, an area where we just, like, man, let's get on this music. Let's talk about stuff that's real. Let's get on this business ownership. I don't give a damn what color. Because if you think about it, if there's a racist person police officer or somebody. That's a scary situation. They ain't gonna be like, hey, are you African? Are you this kind of black? Are you Jamaican? Are you this? No, they just hate you just because you brown. So
bro, you just said some real stuff right there. Like, they don't give a damn. Like
they just see that skin color and they don't like.
Hey, you African, you walk off, but you black, you American black. Nah,
yeah, we in it together.
Yeah, man, that's a good way. That's
you know what I'm saying.
That's something right there. I need to post that. crop that statement right there. But damn, what I was gonna say, like, and a lot of these people, like, I hate to hear, like, when you watching something like Snowfall or, All American, they see these people real life and they start using their accent and letting you know they're from the UK and be like, they ain't black. I was like, bro, come on, man.
You still black.
You just watch that man, the one dude from Get Out, you just watch that man play Fred Hemp in the movie.
Man,
I was gonna say he ain't black. He killed it.
That's one of my favorite actors right now.
Them
that
group,
Get Out, man.
Idris Elba always been one of my top actors. And it was years before I knew he wouldn't.
Yeah, because on The Wire he had a totally American accent, like the Stringer Bell, baby. What's up?
Yeah, for real.
But nah, he talking British. You like, what the hell?
I saw Taken. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah,
they got them UK rappers too, though. They be killing all the songs. I be like, who is this? Dude got the accent, everything.
What's it called? When they used to do the hip hop awards.
The Source Awards.
Yeah.
Which one was it?
The hip hop awards. When they do the cipher.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They would be in there. Yeah, they would be in there.
I'm like, who is this dude? He don't sound. I don't know where this accent come from. They be killing. Yeah.
Man, it's not hot, man. No.
You used to was you rapping during your football days?
Me, yeah, I was rapping a little bit, but I try to put it to the side and just focus on football. But I would always record in the at the house or whatever. Have my friends get on. My friend, he was actually running back, got on, killed the track. I was like, damn, you can rap too. So and then one of my old roommates, he started making beats. And I was like, man, I'm thinking about rapping again. He said, man, you should have been rapped. And I was like, oh damn. He should have told me that, a couple years ago. So
when that one dude, that famous little freestyle,
Malcolm Kelly from Oklahoma,
from Longview, Texas, right?
Yeah,
man.
That freestyle was legendary, man. I was listening to that before I got to OU, and then all through my college years.
I don't want to know you there when he did that.
Hey, shout out Longview, man. I got a little shorty. I know you gonna probably see this. Shout out Longview out there. They got some. Ain't a lot of going on in East Texas, but they got some fine women out there. They know how to cook too.
They were Longview at East Texas, but that dude went off. Do he still play sports?
I'm pretty sure he got drafted by the Redskins. I don't know what happened after that, but I mean, he was doing this thing. Yeah,
Malcolm Kelly.
Yeah, he got a famous freestyle where he was in the OU locker room and.
That was after
it sounded like some
Big 12 championship. That's what they won. They just beat Nebraska.
Okay. He came off like one of them SUC rappers, like type stuff. I was like, he was going off in there.
Damn. Okay, I'm about to YouTube that one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to YouTube that.
They actually did a commercial the other day. They put the freestyle in the background, and they had all the players that were playing right now. They were in the video. They had like Baker Mayfield come through. They had Trey Young in the video. I was like, oh, that was dope. Yeah, it was on their page. Yeah,
I gotta see that.
Yeah, it's dope. It's on their page. I'll show you.
Yeah. So what's up, man? Y'all ready to try to spit some bars?
Hey man, let's get it.
A lot of people be on one of these little rappers be coming on my show and no one spit no bars.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I want to do, but we got a beat, so we can throw that beat on. We can make it happen. Man. No fear.
That's all I want. No fear.
No fear, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
Mistakes, we keep it. Sometimes mistakes be the best thing ever.
Yeah, and then I'm not always looking for somebody to be Lil Snoop. I'm like, I got homie.
Right. Just off the top forever.
Yeah, he be looking at his phone and rapping. That's good with me. Right. Talk dope. So yeah.
Right.
What
okay, bet. So we just gonna do it to this right here, or do we need to reposition anything? Hey, listen. Oh, I thought I was about to start.
That's that sample, man. That's that sample.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Woke up feeling dangerous. Hell no, I'm not a gangster. My songs didn't get the memo cause those motherfuckers keep banging. It's my call of duty to Hugh Hefner like Playboy. Different day but the same story. Man, I play the game like a Game Boy. I'm a game changer. When I play the game change, all I do is upgrade. Turn the range to a wraith. Success on my checklist. No respect for the lames. I'm stacking up like Tetris. Before night you can hang. Keep the heat like a welder. Try to creep, I'ma melt you. Blowing big playing Zelda. Listening to Griselda. Not a gangster, but Smith & Wesson could be a nigga fucking sponsor. Keep it on me like Contra. Love fans but hate stalkers. Now what happened? You fall out? And for what? Chasing false clout? Niggas out here calling shots with really fake niggas out here getting called out. Musically, you're not me. That's a Final Fantasy. When it comes to this rap shit, I got Assassin's Creed. Now tell me why all these fake people playing games though. Nigga, use a Skittle. Ain't no riddle. Use a rainbow. Fake, use a lame hoe stunt, but it's played though. If you don't love me, then why you say my name for? Woo! Check your GPS. Nigga, what's your ETA? This song's an easy play. Nigga, just like GTA. And that's no cap, no kidding. Hey, we stay easy baked. Got a PhD in THC with a perfect GPA. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? We out here trying to get
Let me get that, can you get that Super Gremlin? Or not the Super Gremlin. Got 'em, spot 'em beat, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Jay Ossom.
Damn, this shit exclusive.
You know what I'm saying? Look at me on Instagram. Joel Ossom. I've been up since 2. Should I focus on the loot or focus on the truth? They steal your style and your sound, fuck it, what's the use? To find your peace with a beast, I'm only in the booth. They sleeping on me now, it's the perfect time to move. Anything is possible and I'm living proof. The plan is unstoppable, the plan is diabolical. The skills are illogical, the ladies are comparable. Plus they all tropical. Yo, I'ma show up on my level hypnotical. I'ma show up on my level like the Chronicle. Niggas talking all the shit they think is comical. Same shit that had your ass in the hospital. I'll put my favorite color on my dose, my nigga. Put my last name on my fucking flow, my nigga. Got my first name tatted on my hoe, my nigga. If you didn't know I'm game, now you know, my nigga.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Let's go. Hey, man, that's what I like, man, when it comes to this rap shit, man. People be like, you a rapper, man. Rap. So you got to be able to rap on point, man, on the spot. So I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, the fact that he can do it, we can do it. Just people, if you tell people you a rapper and they tell you to rap, be ready, man.
Be ready, bro.
Be
Ain't
ready.
no time to be like, well, I got to, you know what I'm saying, get home. And
Right. We'll do it tomorrow.
I'll see you the vid.
Niggas, one of my favorite songs is Nothing to Stop You by Big Sean. Like,
Man.
he wasn't ready to go see Ye. He was like, fuck it. Like, shit, the nigga say, rap that shit you rap every day.
Right.
I like that. Man.
I like that story about Kanye.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, though, man. You know, coming up here fooling with me. I was about to be solo dolo. You know what I'm saying? But
happy mistakes.
Appreciate having us on, man. Appreciate having us on,
bro. For real.
I feel like this was good, bro. And you know what I'm saying? You know, hopefully I get some of y'all audience, y'all get some of mine, and we do, you know, more together.
Yeah, we'll definitely build on it.
All right, man. What's your
Jay Ossom, Joel Ossom, JoelOssom on Instagram, man. Just follow me back.
Heartless Garvey, baby. HG and HD. The most quotable, most notable, soon to be the most goatable. Y'all follow me. HeartLess Garvey, just like Marcus Garvey. GARVEY on all platforms.
already? Y'all know to catch me on YouTube, Really Rell TV. Go look at Really Rell Podcast and everything else I got going. Facebook, Terrell D. Johnson. Instagram, King T 1992 _. This Really Rell Podcast, episode number 30. Shout out to A-List. We out.
Yes, sir. That was good.